Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about when I believe alternate system stock, or ticker symbol ALYI, will reach $1 per share, which is a very impressive multiple considering we're only sitting at 7.5 cents at the time of writing. But you guys, honestly, I believe a $1 ALYI makes perfect sense. I think it's going to be crazy to look back at this period in time and think that alternate systems was worth less than $10 million. It's currently sitting at an $8.6 million market cap. This is tiny, you guys. But again, although they are a tiny company, the vision is big. They want to be a pioneer in the electric motorcycle ecosystem in the EV space, and they want to expand into emerging markets like Africa, where the primary mode of transportation is these two-wheeled vehicles. And again, Africa is an emerging market. I do believe Africa is going to look like Wakanda from Black Panther in like 10, 15, 20 years. And I do think it's so brilliant that they're targeting that emerging market in Africa that does not have access to a lot of the electric vehicle ecosystem. And again, they're making the two-wheeled vehicles, which is the primary mode of transportation in Africa. All right, so again, $8.6 million is a drop in the bucket. Everything about this stock appeals to me as a trader who specializes in looking for asymmetric risk profile, which means that the upside potential significantly outweighs the downside risk. This stock, in my opinion, again, you guys keep in mind, this is all just my opinion. Always do your own research, make your own decisions, all that good stuff. You guys know the drill. But in my opinion, this is like one of those generational investments. That's why I talk about this stock so much. And that's why I'm so excited about it moving forward, because there's just so much potential here. Again, you guys, the smaller the market cap, the less capital inflow it takes for the individual share price to appreciate. And if ALYI got to $1, that would only take us to a $100 million market cap, which in the grand scheme of things is still so small. Once again, for the vision they have, for the amount of news that they're releasing on a consistent basis, we will go into look at the latest piece of news that was just dropped yesterday. So they are making tangible progress as a company, and again, the vision is just so great. It's really a matter of when, not if, for me. Again, there's always a chance that we go sideways for a while, but ultimately I think this thing is just waiting to explode, and once it does, I think things could get very, very crazy. Okay, so we will talk about the $1 price target. As always, let's quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, Trading View, where we will cover short-term, medium-term, and a little longer-term price targets. So long-term, I'm just going to kind of give you guys my fundamental argument for my long-term price target. But as far as the technicals are concerned, as far as diving into the chart goes, we are only going to be using this line of resistance right here to dictate when ALYI reaches $1. But again, we will kick it off with short-term. It is currently April 8th at the time of recording. But this spans out over a month from now, okay? So the price target ultimately is over a month when I think we're going to reach $1. But we will kick it off with the short term. I'll let you guys know how I think the next week or so will play out. And then we'll zoom out, go to just over a month out and talk to you guys about when I think ALYI will reach $1, again, based solely off this trend line, this line of resistance on the current uptrend right here, okay? So that is going to be the end. But first, you guys know we have to set the fundamental base layer for our argument. And let's take a look at ALYI's article. Again, they just released this morning. They have been releasing good news like at least once a week, but lately it's been a few times a week. So again, April 8th, ALYI announces new contract and strategic investment expanding its EV ecosystem. So read through this, you guys. Just catch up on the progress that ALYI, or Alternate Systems, is making as a company and expanding their operations, growing their company, growing their everything they're doing. So read over this quickly. We will then look at, because I can't make an ALYI video without watching this bike, we'll just watch an excerpt right here before we dive into the charts, just to get a little pumped up. But the actual physical Modus bike, the Revolt bike that ALYI is going to be distributing in Africa. I know they want to make a rideshare platform. That's like one of their big things, is not only distributing these bikes, but creating like the Uber of motorcycles in Africa is kind of just like the elevator pitch for that. So we will just take a 10-second look at this video before hopping into the charts, and then we will jump to the charts. And again, I'll give you guys my $1 price target, which, spoiler alert, I just said it a few times, is like just over a month out. But again, we'll go into why that is from a technical perspective. As always, though, before we do get into it, I will ask you to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you're as bullish on ALYI as I am, because you guys know I'm an absolute bull. Got the diamond hands for ALYI. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description if you want to know exactly when I am personally buying ALYI. Hint, hint, it's pretty much every time it takes a dip because I'm in absolute accumulation mode. I'm irresponsibly bullish on this company. So know that I'm a hyper optimist before watching the rest of this video and listening to my price targets. I'm very biased. I want the stock to go up. I have no affiliation directly with this company, but I do hold a big old bag of ALYI and I do want it to appreciate. But I'm not just wishing that it goes up. There are many factors that lead me to believe that this stock will pop. And again, ultimately hit $1, $2, $5, $10. A $10 ALYI would take us only to $1 billion valuation, which again, if they continue to execute, is still like lunch money in the grand scheme of the greater financial markets. Okay, so. Not only that, but of course you guys know the deal. We talk about so many other stocks on this channel, like crypto stocks, biotech stocks, EV stocks. If you want to know exactly how my portfolio is comprised, call options, put options, stock positions, crypto positions, how I weight everything, when I trade, what I trade. Again, first link down in the description. I do update that every single trading day during market hours. And along with every update, I send out an email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades. Even if I don't make trades on a certain stock, if I think the chart looks good and I think you guys want to hear about it and you want an analysis, I'll throw a screenshot of my trading view in there, talk to you guys about what I think is going to go down, price target short term, and again, just all that good stuff that I feel like is necessary for you guys to know on a daily basis. So first link down in the description, $15 a month. It really means a lot if you guys check that out. Really appreciate that. But if not, no worries at all. I appreciate you watching right now. So let's get into this article because again, we will close it out with the price targets. Dallas, April 8th, Alternet Systems, or ALYI, today announced executing a new agreement substantially expanding the company's overall electric vehicle ecosystem vision and strategy. The new agreement represents an electric vehicle deployment sector expansion beyond ALYI's current rideshare entry point. It also brings a geographic expansion opportunity beyond ALYI's current East African concentration. The multi-tiered deal includes a new strategic investment into ALYI with a structure that management views as a confirmation of ALYI's current value potential. The investment structure also introduces an opportunity to substantially contribute to ALYI's balance sheet over the next year. Details regarding the deal are intended to be disclosed in the subsequent events section of the pending ALYI FY 2020 annual report. So let's hope that comes out soon. As soon as it does, you guys know I'm making a video on that. The new agreement and corresponding expansion of the electric vehicle ecosystem announced today. It is the first in a pipeline of new opportunities. Management reports having been generated by the recent publishing of a video demonstrating the company's first electric vehicle motorcycle intended to highlight ALYI's overall electric vehicle ecosystem business plan. Speaking of said bike, let's take a look at this. So again, you guys, when this dropped, this was huge news, and again, this was what, a month, this like 3 weeks ago. Time is going so fast right now, but this is probably a few weeks back, maybe a month back. But I remember when they dropped this, I was so impressed, and this was like really the pivotal point at which I actually believed ALYI was doing something. Again, they partner with Inquisitel. There's a few publicly traded companies. They are OTC, but they're public companies that you can buy. They partnered with Inquisitel, they partnered with Modus, who is a design company, and they created this bike, and they're scaling these bikes, and they got an order for 2,000 bikes just like a week or so ago. So again, you guys, it's not just one piece of news. It's not just this video. It's the fact that they are making so much tangible progress on such a consistent basis, and they're only worth $8.6 million. Like, I honestly didn't know it was possible for a stock, although it is over-the-counter OTC, which that little D means. Again, I use TD Ameritrade personally to buy ALYI, but I'm sure you can do it on other brokerage platforms too. You cannot do it on Robinhood though. It's just a matter of time. Like, once enough people learn about this, it's kind of like early days of Bitcoin. Is like, once you understand what this company is doing, and again, of course they have to execute, but I'm going to trust the fact that they can execute given the fact that they've been releasing so much consistent news, and again, tangible news at that. It's not, they're like actual good news. Again, this video is huge. All the news they've been releasing, the orders, it's all great stuff, and they're still only worth $8.6 million. That's insane, you guys. So from a technical perspective, ALYI did technically break out of the downtrend from its high back in early February. Again, if you guys were around for that, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've been here for the roller coaster ride that is ALYI, because I definitely have. I've been accumulating. Again, shout out portfolio group, shout out Discord, you guys. I've been accumulating since this area over here, all right? All this, and I'm still accumulating. Every red day, I will accumulate a little more and more. And for full transparency, I do hold over 4 million shares of ALYI. And again, I'm obviously biased. I'm biased to the upside, but I wouldn't have such a significant position and a meaningful amount of my net worth invested in this company if I didn't believe in it. So I've complete conviction, obviously from a fundamental perspective, which I've just been rambling about this whole time. But again, I'm so excited about this play that I want to kind of relay all the thoughts that I have in my head surrounding why I'm so heavily invested in this to you guys. Again, not to convince you to buy, but to just put this on your radar if it's not already, and for you to do your own research and due diligence. All right. So ALYI is in a technical breakout since it's high right here on the short term. You can see we broke out, and TA 101 right here, you see it all the time. We see it all the time here on the channel. It is using previous resistance as new support. You can see just today it came down, bounced off this, and it's actually below its short-term ascending channel. So since this bounce here at around 6 cents, we've been in a nice ascending channel, broke below it. Again, tested long-term resistance as new support, bounced back up, actually broke back into the short-term ascending channel briefly, did not close above it, would have loved to see that, and closed the day below it. That said, I think because we did break it, it shows potential. I think it's very likely that, especially considering the 4-hour Stokes are curling up. You guys know 4-hour candles are my go-to when you're talking about swing trading, when you're talking about a few days to a week out. Obviously, this is not like, I'm not day trading this, but 4-hour candles, in my opinion, do give, like, if you're talking a few days to a week or two out, 4-hour candles are the best tell of general direction, okay? So, again, 4-hour Stokes are turning up. Good old blue is crossing above good old red, very bullish sign. And again, I do think ALYI will ultimately break back up into this channel. This price target right, once it does break into this channel, it's almost inevitable to me. It's highly likely. Again, you guys keep in mind, nothing is guaranteed, but it's all a game of odds, okay? It's all a game of likelihood. And if we do break back into this ascending channel, it's very likely that we will ultimately test the top side of that ascending channel, which would take us to, on April 14th, about 10 cents. And then from the good old 10 cents, when will we 10x? So if we do break beyond this channel, that would signal a short-term breakout, especially if we can break this high set on March 22nd at almost 11 cents. I think we're definitely going to test the top side of this more medium-term uptrend. So since ALYI's low, since its double bottom at 3 cents, it's crazy, got all the way down to 3 cents. Again, it was eaten back up very quickly, but came down, bounced right back up, and went to create this, again, this line of resistance right here. But since then, it has been on this uptrend. And since then, we actually haven't really set a lower, we matched this low, so we set like another double bottom, but again, you guys, double bottoms, double tops. If you get a symmetrical double bottom or double top, it'll usually lead to increased volatility in the opposite direction of that. So double bottom is going to lead to more upside, which we've been seeing. And again, it just makes sense to me given all the fundamentals that we will see some price action. So if we do break out of this short-term ascending channel, I think it's very likely that we ultimately come up to test the top side of resistance on the more medium-term uptrend. Again, from the low, from that bounce, from that ultimate double bottom over the 2021 rally that is ALYI. That would take us to, say we hit it April 26th, just where this price target is drawn. That would take us to 17 cents on April 26th. Maybe it happens faster. Maybe we rip, because again, it's so small. It does not, if one institution, if any institution or any even large investor wants a stake in ALYI, it's possible. Like, it does not take much capital. Like, people throw around $8 million all the time. That is not in the greater scheme of the financial markets, $8 million is nothing. So it does not take much. If this thing gets the right exposure, especially imagine if the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ lists this and it becomes not OTC, it becomes available to Robinhood traders in 2021, this thing could go ballistic. So again, come up here, even the technicals don't matter all that much because the stock's so small. So this thing could just go completely ballistic, but the technicals are looking pretty good right now as well. If we do break the ascending channel, if we break above 10 cents, it's very likely, say we hit it April 20th, just to pull a little sooner, that'll take us to just under 17 cents. If we break above that, if we break a new yearly high for ALYI above 20 cents, then I think we are straight, that's the rocket ship. That was a weak rocket ship, but like, we are rocketing up if we break the previous high of 20 cents. And I think we're going to rocket up to ultimately test the top line of resistance, the little spoiler I gave in the beginning, the top line of resistance using this initial high at the end of January, using its high back almost a month later in early February, using these two touch points on the overall, the greater uptrend. That would take us to, move the moon, that would take us to, on my birthday, $1 exactly. You guys, May 19th is my birthday. I did not plan that out exactly. If you guys, or I was excited to see it. Obviously, I knew it was coming because I just drew the trend line. But this is, again, using this high, using these two highs. I'm not using that one because I like at least 2 touch points when I'm drawing my overall uptrend. But it's funny and it makes perfect sense if you guys have been tuning in that this lands on my birthday. That would be the best birthday present ever if we could see that $1 ALYI again on May 19th. So maybe it's May 18th, maybe it's May 20th. You can get to $1 obviously anytime after that. But you guys, the moon's coming. The moon's on its way. But that's not where the Waves family's going, you guys. We are going to Mars. So after we break $1, you guys, we're off to the races. It's going to take a significant amount of volume to get to $1, and we're not seeing much volume right now. Is the only real argument for ALYI, or like just the only thing that ALYI needs to see is volume, again, because the market cap's so small. If we see a meaningful amount of volume come in here, if we break this previous high of 20 cents, we're going to see a flood of volume, new all-time highs, as I've been saying in regard to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin miners we've been talking about lately. New all-time highs triggers hyper bullish sentiment, and I think that once we break 20 cents, again, because it takes such little capital inflow and there's going to be a lot of eyes on this stock, I think it's only a matter of time before we ultimately test this. But keep in mind, you guys, this could happen a lot sooner. Maybe it happens May 1st. Maybe we just go absolutely parabolic, or May 3rd when the market's open. That would take us to 86 cents. So as always, you guys, draw these trend lines on your own trading view charts and keep an eye on them for yourself, especially because this is going to be a very, very volatile stock. And again, as it appreciates, as more people learn about ALYI and how sick of a company this is, there's going to be more traders, and just stay on your toes with this one, okay? So we'll call it there, you guys. Please let me know down below if you are invested in ALYI, if you've got a fat bag of ALYI like I do. And yeah, always look forward to talking to you guys downstairs. So I'll see you in the comments. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace. Have a good weekend, guys.